Welcome back. In today's video, I'm in my office and I want to share my screen and show you how to set up Amazon automatic ads profitably. Amazon automatic ads has a very bad rep for some reason. Oh, by the way, new poster of Sonic, because that's how fast we want to make the money, grow brands, and just execute. So Sonic. For context, we specialize on Amazon. We run millions in ad spend on Amazon and we manage over 30 million in sales on Amazon alone. So in today's video, I'm going to go deep on how to set up automatic campaigns, the different automatic campaigns, what they are for, and when and how they perform. So let's do it. So here we are in our favorite Amazon Seller Central. How do you set up ads? How do you set up ads campaigns, specifically automatic campaigns? You go on the top left, advertising campaign manager. I'm sure you'll be very aware of it and you understand it. From here, we go to create campaign, promote product listings. We're looking for sponsored product. Names. There's different ways to name. The way we name it is we prefer to put the ASIN first, ASIN number, and then the type of product it is. Let's say it's a computer, and then the type of campaign. If it's automatic, A. Now some people put SP for sponsored product, ASIN, computer, and then A. We prefer to put the ASIN first. The key here is for you to understand it doesn't need to be a fixed one. You select the product. I always prefer to do dynamic bids down only because I can control the spend more. Dynamic bids up and down means that you can get up to 100% of increase. What that means is you will struggle to control the cost per click, especially when you start adding placements. So dynamic down only, we copy and paste the name here, and then we go to the actual campaign. So automatic campaigns, what are they? Let's explain it first. Automatic campaigns is where Amazon is actually a little bit more involved, and instead of selecting keywords, you select type of targeting automatic, but Amazon is helping you. You're using more of Amazon's algorithm than anything else. Now you can set default bid or you can go here, and this is how you should be setting them up. Set bids by targeting group, and here it shows you close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. Now historically, these three perform the best. Complements is a hit and miss, but I will still put it live. Now, depending on budget, there's two ways to really do this. You can do each separately, close match only, loose match only, substitute only, complements only. So remove all of these and you put this one only. You change the name, of course, to close. Then you go again and you do the same for loose, and you do the substitute, and you do the same for complements. You have a smaller budget or you just want to test with more variety, you take all four of them. Now, important here, you don't want them to be at the same amount. Now you see, these are suggested by Amazon. Now these are suggested by Amazon, but they usually like to exaggerate as well. If they suggest between 0.95 and 158, that doesn't mean you have to be exactly there. What you need to be thinking of first, your margin. What is your margin? What is your average conversion rate? And what ACoS/ROAS do you accept? That is key, right? And of course, then later on when you have more data, TACoS. Also, it's very depending what category you're in. If you're a one-off product, you need to be profitable from the first order. When it's something like a supplement, you can be more aggressive in acquiring customers, where with one-off products, you cannot be as aggressive. Ideally, you're profitable on first product on all categories. How do you calculate bids? Now I have a separate video I'm going to link down, but to keep it very short, let me go to our proprietary report system. This is how we calculate. Example, so let's say your target ACoS, you want to have 40%. Your conversion rate is 10% and your average order value, it's 10 pounds or dollars. This is the max bid you can put, max cost per click, and that's without bid adjustment, that's without up and down, that's down only or fixed bid. Now, the higher the conversion rate, the more you can get away with. So this is a handy calculator you can have. And the math is very simple. Cost per click, ACoS divided by 100, and then conversion rate in AOV. But it's very simple math. If you do it right, you will always stay around that ACoS. Now, what you need to be careful on Amazon is that ACoS doesn't mean much, unless you're looking at TACoS and how it impacts organic sales. But this is a good indicator of where you should be bidding. And then you can always test. Let's go back to Campaign Manager. If we know we can bid about £1, that's our floor. I don't want to go over that. So here it tells us 0.95 to 158. Well, if I know I can bid around £1, I'm happy to bid 90 to 95, even £1. Same with here. If it's suggesting me 115 to 191, I'm happy to do about 90, right? Because I know my floor is £1. Here it's suggesting me a little bit less, but I'm happy to do 89. Now, bear in mind, you will never get these 100% right. You're launching campaign and you're estimating what's right. We can do 95 here. The real key here is post-launch. Once you launch these and you start checking them, how they're performing, that's where the key is. Because if not, it becomes very difficult to manage. Remember, Amazon advertising, as most advertising, it's all about testing. There's no exact fixed rules. There's best case scenarios, there's best practices, but there's no fixed rules. Once you've put bids that you're happy with, you put a budget. I suggest, if you have the budget, $20 to $30. Now you see this is very inaccurate. This is estimates from Amazon. Once that is done, launch campaigns. Don't click increase bids for high traffic, because if you do, then it's going to say we're going to do X and they're going to give you rules. So you're going to spend more without controlling. Try to have as much control as possible here. Very important here, after you launch the campaign, you want to check it. And because automatic campaigns will be looser, and when I say looser, they'll be looser with search terms, they will be looser, especially the loose and substitutes, they'll be a lot looser. For example, when you're doing automatic, close match will be very closely to what you're targeting. So if it's a computer monitor, it's going to be around computer monitors. Loose match is not going to be substitutes either. So let me explain to you what close, loose match, substitutes, and complements are. So close match, if you're selling, let's say, creatine gummy, it's going to show you for creatine gummy search terms. So it's going to show you what you actually are selling the closest. If it's a manual campaign, it can be a bit closely related to exact. Loose match, it's a bit different, right? Amazon shows you product when the search is related, but not exactly the same. Example, if you sell creatine gummies, customer searches for drip supplements, muscle support supplements, workout, energy gummies, the customer may still be interested, but you're not going to go exactly for that. So it gives you a little bit of a more looser term, and that's where you need to be careful and negate terms that are starting to go wild. But it also can give you amazing ROAS, return on ad spend, because it's more creative. Now, substitutes are different, because substitute actually shows your product on the product page. And where is the product page? I will show you where the product page is. So this is the product page, but if you go underneath, this is, you see, for example, this is an air freshener. If I go down, these are all air fresheners or similar products. And if I don't like what I see, but I'm already wanting to buy that, I'll click on this and I'll buy this. So that's where substitutes will show up, which is a great place to show up. Complements on the other side, Amazon shows your product alongside products that are used together with yours. Example, you sell creatine gummies, Amazon might show them on pages for protein powder, shaker bottles, pre-workout supplements, gym accessories, so on and so forth. And again, it can be good because people who are shopping X might be thinking about shopping X as also, intent will be high. Historically for us, close, loose, and substitute are the ones that perform the best. Complements hasn't performed the best, but you can still get performance out of it. So I will test all of them. But as I said, the important part here, it's post-launch. Once you launch it, you want to make sure that you're negating clicks that are irrelevant, and you want to make sure that you're optimizing what makes sense. Example, you want to split it this way. So for negations, if your average conversion rate is 10%, it means that every 10 clicks you convert. Everything that's over 10 clicks, 12, 13, 14, I want to negate. Everything that is insignificantly, completely irrelevant to my product, I want to negate. So this is very important. When you have tight management of that, your automatic campaigns will perform better and better. In the last 6 months, 6 to 7 months, automatic campaigns have become performance campaigns. And let me explain you this. Historically, most PPC gurus or whatever you want to call them, they would say automatic is just for discovery. You put automatic on, you find keywords that perform, and you move them to an exact or phrase or whatever you want to move them to another campaign. Now, I don't like that, and I'll tell you why. Because if a campaign performs well, I want to keep that campaign active. If a search term does very well on a campaign, I don't want to negate it. I want to keep it there because there's a reason it does well there. The amount of time we've done automatic for discovery, we've got a search term, we negated that search term in automatic and transferred it to an exact campaign and then didn't even perform half of what it did in automatic, it's countless. So I don't want to do that. If something performs well in automatic, keep it in automatic. Regardless, what you just want to make sure for automatic is you don't have a lot of wasted spend because the search term is going very wide. So that's when it comes to negations. From the actual management standpoint, you want to check them as often as you can. Now, everyday data is not going to be great, but if something gets loose, you want to decrease bid. Let's say the ACoS I accept is 30%. Everything that's under that, I want to increase spend on it because I can push, I want to push spend there, right? Everything that starts spending a lot, 50, 60, 70 ACoS, I want to start decreasing. Very important here, depending on your product. Let's go back to the beginning. Depending on your product, if these campaigns are generating a lot of organic sales and overall your TACoS, total advertising cost of sales, is profitable, you can keep on pushing them. Because ACoS and ROAS are super limited metrics. You want to think about TACoS, you want to think about total return on ad spend, so you can see the actual push that ads are giving to organic sales. But automatic, do not sleep on them. They're incredible if done well. You should always put on automatic. You should always test with automatic. Is it always going to be the best performer? No, but you want to always be testing. And when you're getting advices from someone saying that automatic are not great, make sure they have the track record to prove that, because we have tracked absolutely every campaign and absolutely every type of campaign that has performed for the brands we work with, over 25 brands. And automatic many times is a great performer for what you spend and what you get. I hope you like this video. A lot more to come. Stay tuned.